Eddie Mora, which is Bradley Cooper's character in Limitless. You familiar with that? Are we rolling?
I just started.
You just started. Okay. So we're here to talk about the movie Limitless and the subsequent TV show Limitless. This is Luke Mones Explained, everybody. I'm Luke Mones, and my guest today, long sought, my white whale.
Careful. People keep calling me a whale on podcasts.
Well, look, I mean, I don't know what's another term for it that's more woke. What's another term for it that can fit more into PC culture? Sorry, this podcast is being ruined by the woke left. Tommy McNamara is here.
Very excited. This is kind of a Frost Nixon event.
Who's who? That's the real
That's
question.
the question.
Yeah, if the president does it, it's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
Yeah. You ever see Frost Nixon?
I did. I saw it in theaters, and the only line I remember is Nixon going, cheeseburgers. I don't remember what he was talking about, but he said that word. It stuck with me forever.
Must have been talking about cheeseburgers.
I guess so.
Frank Langella, of course,
Yes.
famous. We all know Frank Langella from the movie Eddie.
Never saw Eddie.
Eddie is about Whoopi Goldberg. She's a Knicks fan who is picked from the stands. Mike, you're a Knicks fan. You know the truth.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Langella is the owner of the Knicks, and he picks Whoopi Goldberg from the stands to become the coach of the team.
Yes.
And I believe one of the leads in that movie is Malik Sealy, who was a teammate of Kevin Garnett's who died in a car accident. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
That was some impressive Eddie knowledge. I got to be honest.
You didn't see Eddie?
I remember the movie, but I don't remember, I haven't seen it in 30 years, 25 years, I guess.
Jesus. Yeah, Frank Langella, he's the owner of the Knicks, but he's very Western. I think he's a cowboy. He rides a horse.
Okay.
And they're like, get on your horse and go back to Texas or something.
So
Anyway.
he sees Whoopi and changes his life.
Yeah. No, he was a good man. He's still with us, isn't he, Frank Langella?
He's younger than ever. Yeah. He actually looks better now.
He's got the Benjamin Button disease. A disease I would kill for. Wouldn't we all? Especially in Hollywood these days. Everybody's trying to look like Benjamin Button. Frank Langella.
7. That's my Benjamin Button.
That's great. I've never 7,
but I look a lot older.
That's a great impression.
Well, I use it a lot at the clubs.
Who here has seen the 2005 film Benjamin Button?
Now, when everyone else is getting rich off crowd work, I'm perfecting Benjamin Button in a way that's going to change my life.
Yeah, you're teeing it up like somebody tees up. Man, I miss Benjamin Button. Everyone's like, what? I miss You guys remember Benjamin Button?
You look at the crowd, everyone's looking at their phone like at the same time.
People are calling an Uber. Now, famously, you and I, we hosted a show for many years together.
We did, yes.
Probably one of the most remembered and kind of, what would you say, kind of beloved and cherished independent comedy shows in the history of American media.
I think it was what CBGB was to punk rock. Our weekly stand-up show was to the art of comedy. Yes,
it was called Boardwalk Comedy, and we did it at a
music venue that has since changed. I think they change names every 2 weeks just to throw you off the trail. Yeah,
it was called Coney Island Baby.
Yes,
and now what's it called? Something else.
I don't know.
Someone's screaming in the hallway.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It doesn't get picked up.
It doesn't?
They're saying that's the Boardwalk Comedy guys.
Yeah,
it's like the Beatles are here.
Yeah, girls are screaming. Man, did you guys see that TikTok of they found the girl who was screaming about the Beatles, like when she was like in it was from 1963 or something. She was like, when the Beatles come to New York, I'm going to see them no matter what. And even if I'm 100 years old, I'm still going to love the Beatles. And then her kids like posted a TikTok like, hey, that's our mom. And unfortunately, she died in 1991.
Oh.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, everybody. I'm just trying to, I keep kind of turning it into a dark corner. I don't mean for it to at all. Honestly, I really am.
So we hosted a show.
Yeah.
And
we hosted a show, and I feel like a lot of people looked at us and our banter as top tier sort of banter. What do you have to say about that?
I think we had something special, kid. I think.
What happened?
But yeah, we had a very funny experience where we would have this amazing show at this music venue. It was a free show, no cover.
Yes.
And the venue hated us and
Right.
treated us like we were scum.
Right.
And we would bring 100 people to their room.
Yes.
And then they would, because they were a music venue, and there would be a band playing after. They would have about 14 people there and
Less,
get treated like gods.
Of course.
But we, the lowly comedians,
I think I may have said this the last time I was in here, but there was one time where we were doing the show and it was like, at least 100 people in the room, and one of the owners of the bar came in speaking at full volume, and she had like a feathered, she literally had a feathered hat, like what's that with a feather in his what's that
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yeah, she came in here full Yankee Doodle Dandy. Yankee Doodle Dandy asked owner with literally a feather in her hat, and she called it macaroni. How about that song, huh? That sounds like a bit I would do. Why are you calling it macaroni?
A little maniscalco.
Why are you calling it macaroni?
Aren't you embarrassed? Feather in your cap.
Yankee Doodle Dandy? I did have a bit about John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
I remember that. Yeah.
I actually brought it back recently to great. It was really panned by the audience and critics alike, but especially the audience. It really got no response. Mike, did you know I had a bit about John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt?
I think I remember something along those lines, but if I hadn't, I would believe it.
It was the idea that people.
Is it his name is my name too?
Yeah, and whenever so it's the fact that his name is my name too, and the fact that. The end of the song is whenever we go out, the people always shout, "There goes John Jacob!" And then the whole bit was like, "What is this town where everyone has the same name?" And that for one man they choose like he's the original one. They like are leaning out their windows to go, "There he is!" It just doesn't make any sense. And also that Jingleheimer, I said it sounds like a racial slur for Santa Claus. There goes that damn Jingleheimer again.
It is sort of a shared mass psychosis in the town, I think.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And I wonder, one wonders, and this is me, I'm positing another one of my crazy kooky theories, that the people who wrote, or the guy who wrote John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt also wrote Yankee Doodle Dandy. Anyway, I forgot how we got on Yankee Doodle Dandy. Oh yeah, the owner of the bar came in and she was speaking at full volume. And we asked her to be quiet, and she was like, "I own this place," and she just like kind of ruined the show.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, we had, and one time Nora Jones came.
Yes, Nora Jones playing in like a rock band.
Yeah, you'd think that it's Nora Jones, they'd be able to get a bigger venue, but I think it's her band had a low profile
for sure,
at least at the time.
I watched that show; it was very good.
Me too, but she didn't play what we wanted her to play.
Don't know why.
I certainly came to the show because I was already there. But I remember we had a great promo afterwards because Nora Jones was there, and you could post. I think you posted, and you were like, "I don't know why you didn't come to the show."
Yes, yeah. I mean, you have to do it. Yeah,
you got to. I mean, that must happen to her all the time.
Yes,
don't you think?
I mean, she loves comedy. She was in Ted too.
She was in Ted too, and I believe her father was Ravi Shankar.
Yeah. Yes.
How about that? I mean, that's an interesting. I feel like I'm really throwing out trivia. Did I tell you I auditioned for Jeopardy?
Is that true?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Wow.
Yeah, I submitted. Didn't hear back.
I filled out the test before.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I did.
Okay.
In LA, in LA, we call that auditioning. Sorry,
filled
about
out
it.
an online test.
It's a self-tape. No, it was an online test, and I submitted. And then they say they'll get back to you within a year. So we're waiting to hear. It's getting close to a year. But
I love Jeopardy.
Yeah,
and I think I'm very good at some things. I am so bad at geography; it is like unbelievable.
Really?
And maybe 30 of the questions in the test were geography, so I knew I had no shot.
Yeah, it's not. You have to really know where things are. I will say to your perhaps I feel like we're sniffing the same area here.
Don't use that phrase.
There we go again. I'm being canceled. I'm being shadow banned by my guest. Hey, don't shadow ban me. Geography. It's weird that we take geography in middle school, in high school, because it seems sort of unnecessary to learn. Like, I guess you need to know where you are, but like, remember like a geography test? Was there I feel like there wasn't geography class, but they came close. Like social studies.
Yes. That
Half
kind
of
became,
social studies was geography.
But yeah, knowing world capitals, knowing state cap, none of it ever appealed to me.
You were interested in the kind of more, the sort of more opaque side of things, the sort of more theoretical
Existentially,
nature.
where are we?
Yeah.
Not physically,
Excuse me?
where is Europe? Who gives a shit, you know?
Teacher, I don't know where. You ever call a teacher?
Not teacher. I'm just a simple boy. I may not know what Eurasia is, but I have a good heart.
Calling a teacher is a very, like, preschool, kindergarten thing.
I don't think I ever actually did that.
You never did that?
No.
Is it hack to do that, to say, teacher?
It's very funny.
I think it's funny if you call a teacher like in college or something. I bet you I could I feel like I know a lot of I could nail some good geography. I think that's part. I honestly, where you lose me with the Jeopardy stuff is like, who discovered this element, that kind of thing. I don't think anybody knows that kind of stuff.
No, yeah, just obscure science arcana.
I don't know. I don't think so. So we had our show, and I feel like one of the things that we kind of cooked up every week, we had a little back and forth. Sometimes we wouldn't speak to each other in order that we might.
Yes. Well, I remember that before the show. Yeah, because we would always get dinner at the most expensive place we could find.
That's right.
We would put it all on the show tab.
That's right. I would be like, I'm writing it off. And then it'd be like, oh my God, I'm in credit card debt.
We'd always have dinner, and then I remember I would always need to like take a walk where I was like, we shouldn't talk for the next half an hour. So we can just kind of, You don't need to know me coming into this week. Which seems very stupid, but I think it does help.
Yeah. And I think that leads us to where we are today. So what happened this weekend? Oh, I was going to say, no, it's Monday, but we did the show on Tuesdays until we started doing it on Fridays.
Yes, we moved venues.
At Union Hall.
Yes.
And then kind of whenever they let us.
Just kind of became a random every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks.
Yeah, and I don't know, we don't have to get into that, but that was I would have appreciated a little more consistency from them. Mm-hmm. And
we had some great shows there, but
I will own that. I will own the want of having a more consistent date given to us.
Well, you're also a jet setter. You're a world traveler.
I'm a world traveler. I
can't leave. I don't know where places are. There's no way I will find my way back to New York. I don't understand geography.
You once took a bus.
Yes.
To Chicago.
I've taken a bus to Chicago. I've taken a train to Chicago. I've taken both.
Really? You've taken a train?
Yes.
Isn't a train as expensive as a plane?
The train, it was not. But it was somehow longer than the bus, which I don't understand.
Did you stop?
Yes, we must have stopped 100 times. But,
what happens when you're on a bus to Chicago?
Oh, it's hell.
Yeah.
It's like, because I was coming home for Christmas. So it was like December 22nd, not an empty seat on the bus. You're just sitting next to someone that close for 16 hours.
Was this the New York to Chicago bus?
Yes. So you make a couple stops along the way, and you stop at like a Burger King at like 4 a.m. and it's it's like truly, I don't recommend it.
Did you make any friends on it or anything?
I don't think I said a word the entire time. I just kind of wallowed for 16 hours.
What year was this?
This must have been 2017, 2018,
oh, wow.
something
Trump.
like that. Yeah. I don't want to blame him. I'd say I never did that during the Obama years.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a problem with the plane during Obama. That's crazy.
And then the train is like an overall more comfortable experience.
Yeah.
But it's still bizarre. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, it's so nice. You look out the window. You don't look out you look at your phone for 19 hours. That's what you do,
I think there is in our country, there is a sort of idea of what the train is.
Yes.
That is rarely satisfied by the actual experience.
It's not romantic. I mean, I'm sure there are some, losers who find it that way.
Yeah, like when people are like, I'm gonna crisscross the country on the train. I had my grandmother who died almost 20 years ago now.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. She was afraid of flying, and so to visit us in Portland, she would take the train from Maryland. I think she did a couple times.
From Maryland to Portland?
Yeah.
That's got to be like a 3-day sojourn.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. It's like once you're getting in that kind of length, that's like Oregon Trail vibes. Which, by the way, I actually have a lot of it was strange for me moving to the East Coast. I don't know if you felt this way as a Midwesterner. Mm-hmm. Strange for me moving to the East Coast because I felt like a lot of the people I met who are our age had an understanding of where I came from just through the Oregon Trail video game. Mm. And I don't know if there's an equivalent for Illinois.
Yeah. It was just people thinking that we all knew Michael Jordan. And that
right. Because there was no, you guys didn't really have a like I had a video game that you had to play in school.
No, we didn't have anything like that. They didn't have any Al Capone video game. That
No Bugsy Siegel live. No, I don't know. I feel like I had like, and people also said Oregon.
I think I still do.
Do you?
Oregon? Yeah.
Oregon. What do you say?
I'm trying to do it organically.
Organically, yeah. What state is Portland in?
Portland's in Oregon. No,
I
say it right.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was worried I would do the Chicago long A kind of.
Well, or Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah. My friend Steve, he's from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Yes,
and
I know
they have a very specific accent. He calls, what do you call the thing with cream cheese on it that has a hole in it?
Bagel.
Great. Great. We can move on.
Well, what does he call it?
Bagel.
Yeah, I hate that. Now, I find that to be like an affect when people say that. I don't even think of it as an accent. I think it's something they're putting on.
Oh, I don't think he had no idea. He was like, yeah, bagel. Yeah.
Interesting.
And
I used to like Steve.
Until right now. Steve very much lives in Brazil.
Don't we all? In one way or another, old chap.
We've had some I actually just told, I had a JP McDade on my podcast, and I told him about that, because we were talking about Don Rickles.
Yes, yeah.
And I told him about the thing of our bit at our show about how Don Rickles would end all his shows in the later part of his life by singing a sincere song.
Well, he'd roast everybody, but then at the end he does this like emotionally, like, I love everyone song.
I did it all in jest. You are all so good to me.
I'm just a schmuck, but I love y'all. It's like, all right.
And then curtain drops, giant orchestra. That's always what it was. Yeah. And JP made the point that later Don Rickles roasts kind of made less and less sense, you know? Like,
yeah.
This guy always knew what to do with a mailbox. Kind of like, huh? That's JP's thing. JP, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of our show, too.
Yeah, I love JP.
Do you consider yourself a friend of the show in general?
Of this show?
The proverbial show.
The proverbial show.
Yeah.
I do, I would say, yes.
All right. Well, so one of the things that we talk about here on the show is unsolved things from life that we need to explain, mysteries we need to solve. Yeah. So I'm wondering, did anything ever happen? I guess you're from a big enough place that a lot of things go unsolved, but perhaps in your neighborhood, was there ever a crime or ever a phenomena? Phenomena?
I think phenomena is the plural.
Mm.
Oh, were there ever phenomena? That doesn't sound right.
I think that's right.
So there's something.
Phenomenon is the noun, but I think phenomena is when you're using it.
You're mansplaining this to me. You're Mike-splaining this to me. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So the one thing I think of, the first thing that came to my mind, is in my small town.
Please.
Was famously an old woman drove into the Panera.
Really?
Like drove through the glass of the Panera. Yeah. And, which is a crazy thing that happened.
Yeah.
10 years later, different old woman drives into the Panera.
What is that?
And it's like what is the flame that these old woman moths are seeing that makes them want to. Just the fact that it was the same. There's a lot of places in the downtown you can drive into.
And what town is this?
Wilmette, Illinois.
Wilmette, yeah, and without doxing, we won't dox you or anything. I'm not going to dox you in the description. Do you think maybe there was a big tunnel painted on the Panera? Like a Wile E. Coyote situation.
The thirst for broccoli cheddar is so strong that
Oh my God, that's so weird.
Yeah.
That someone drove. Well, a Panera usually has a large pane.
Well, it's a large glass, yes, but it is just bizarre that there's so many storefronts and that happened twice. I found so weird.
And it's a chain. I mean, Panera is like a
St. Louis bread company. That's the original name, yeah.
Really?
And that's what it's still called in Missouri. Yeah.
Wow, Missouri's finest.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Arch, they have Panera, and they have the Blues.
You used to have a bad football team.
That's right. Stolen in the night?
That's the Colts, I think.
That's the Colts, right. Moved to Baltimore in the night.
Yeah, I mean, the St. Louis broad daylight makes it even worse.
That's right. Now they're in L.A.
Just like you.
I was also stolen in the night. I was stolen away from you in the night. Panera just did away with their charged lemonade yesterday.
It was killing people, right?
So I'm glad you brought this up. Yeah, I think it was like 6 cups of coffee or something crazy like that. Mm. Does that sound right? You ever have one?
I never tried it. No.
Were you a Four Loko guy?
You know what's funny? My one memory of I drank it a lot.
Yeah,
I lost years to Four Loko.
Or OG Four Loko, or like
OG, because that was when I was in college. So it was like, of course we were. Yeah. So that was the thing, and we were broke college students.
Yes,
before I was fucking loaded, and so you can just drink 2 Four Lokos, and you're just like, you're drunk. That's it.
And you're like also like other things are bad too. Like, yes, you're not just drunk; things are completely off. Like your body is rejecting it. It's terrible.
Like your heart is. You can really feel. You never want to feel your heart really beating,
but
you
really feel it with Four Loko. Yeah. I mean, I used to get vodka Red Bull, and now I'm like, why did I do that?
Dude, I drank 2 Red Bulls before a show at Zany's, and I thought I was going to die on stage.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, I'm going to have a heart attack. And I was trying to I was literally at the point where I was like, I wonder what the tweets about this will be like. Like, dumbass comedian has heart attack on stage.
Wait, did you have 2 at the same time?
I just drank 2 back to back.
So much caffeine.
I know. And
that's so much caffeine.
I was opening for someone. I was like, I feel like I'm having a panic attack. They're like, you drank 2 Red Bull. I was like, oh yeah.
Well, the thing to do in that situation is to. I'm not joking.
You drink a 3rd Red Bull. You drink a caffeine-free Red Bull.
Yeah. Now that'll even things out. No, to have you have to have fat with it. You have to have cream or butter.
Yeah, what? You look at me, you say you have to have fat with it.
White whale. No, that's what you do. That's what helps with coffee. Like if you have if you have an espresso and it's to not get super, have put cream in it or something. What's that called, Mike, with cream and espresso?
No. Not an Americano.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
But can you imagine?
I am from the United States.
For one second, can you imagine? I'm having a heart attack on stage. I'm clutching my heart, and I go, "Someone get me a stick of butter."
The waitress pointing a claw at the waitress as you die. Yeah, Oreos.
Lando Lakes.
Yeah, Lando Lakes. Yeah. Raw steak. Raw steak. What did he say as he went? Well, something about Lando Lakes. So
something about Minnesota.
Oh my God. Yeah, so you had regular Red Bull, you had regular Four Loko.
Did. And I just remember, but I would just get so drunk off it that I would pass out. So it feels like it didn't make sense where I was supposed to be getting the energy, but I think I would just get so messed up.
Well, it was malt liquor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember, I think when I was a freshman in college, Four Loko how long was it out with the caffeine?
Was it like a year and a half, 2 years?
I think it might have been a year.
A year.
It was not long.
Is that possible? It was a year?
I think, it's somewhere between like 6 months and a year and a half.
Dude, I think you're right because I remember, I could be misremembering this, but I feel like it was like almost like a storybook situation. I think it was just my freshman year of college. that it was regular Four Loko.
Yeah, because I think
That
it was
sounds
sophomore
right.
year for me. Yeah,
And people started stocking when
like they were preppers.
Yeah, I knew a guy. I forget his name was like Carson or something. I don't want to dox him, but he was like storing them under his bed to sell them when the band came. It was like he was like a prepper, or like one of those guys who starts a society in the woods and gets raided by the FBI. But he was doing that with OG Four Loko.
Separatists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He was starting his own country.
But let's say there is an apocalyptic event and that's all you've stocked up. You're just trying to like keep out. It's like, I need to.
with the regular Four Loko. But now Four Loko, it's like,
I've got Twisted Berry in here. Keep away.
Get out. No, yeah. Now it's just like having a regular malt liquor drink that just tastes terrible.
Yeah, I haven't had one since they stopped doing the real thing.
I think they still have it. But I didn't do this I probably did this once or twice. Where
you can still buy it with crypto. You can get the original.
Well, yeah, I mean, I still order my OG on the dark web, on the Silk Road.
Yeah. I see you hanging out on it all the time. You should got to change your username. It just says Big Luke Mones.
Yeah, Big Luke Mones. Picture of me like this with a Four Loko. Yeah. Four Loko and a big thing of files.
You're holding up your driver's license.
Yeah. And the newspaper from today. Dewey beats Truman. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, yeah, we would add fucking this is so terrible. We would add 5-hour energy to the new Four Loko.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was a different time. You gotta understand 2010, 2011.
But also it's
people
like,
were
you weren't tired.
No.
You're a freshman in college. You're 18 years old.
You have so much energy. I mean, it was at a time where if I had any sort of liquor, pure liquor, I would be energized.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Because now it's like I have enough beers and I'll go home at 11:30, pass out. But back then you can drink till 4 a.m. Much easier.
Right. Now I have a glass of Chablis and I'm asleep at the bar.
I'll have my scotch and cigar and I'll talk about the news of the day.
Well, you know me. I host my salon. And then yeah.
Well, you have to debate the topics of the day.
Yeah. I have a chilled Armagnac and I finish my debates and I go home. I go back to my study. I would love a study.
And I'll say Putin is a blowhard. Off to bed.
Yeah, drinking in your 30s sure is different.
And dating. Oh,
don't get me started. Oh my god. How's your dating life? It's that kind of podcast. It's Howard Stern.
You understand?
Oh my god. Who are you seeing right now? I always try to change it to 90s Stern. Tommy, why don't you have a seat over there? Oh my god.
Why don't you take that off?
Oh my god, look at you. I've wanted to have you on the podcast for a long time. My god, look at you. Robin, look at Tommy. He looks unbelievable.
Did you listen to Biden on Stern? I
did, of course.
How was it?
It was good. I mean, it was a lot of I feel like this is a bunch of people's joke, but it's a lot of Biden, like he's just got his parents had a saying for everything. This man is almost I don't remember a single conversation I had before I was, I don't know, 20. And this man, it seems like his mom and his dad, my mom had a saying, Joey, if it lights, it fights, or whatever. It's something like, it's always like that. You know what I mean, though? It's like
100%.
My dad said, people don't go anywhere unless they're going to go up or down. And it's like, what?
I'll never look a man in the eye if you can't shake him in the hand.
Yeah. And I know, it's not fooling around. I believe that. It's like, yeah. So I feel like it's just a lot of that. And then Howard Stern be like, you are just an absolute inspiration. Oh my God. Mr. Biden, look at you. Mr. President, look at you. Yeah.
Come on in. Take that shirt off.
Yeah. I'm so honored to have you in here. Why don't you go sit on the Civia? We just had Carmen Electra up here. She said she'd go home with you. What do you think about that? Carmen Electra.
Oh, Dr. Jill. Poor Dr. Jill.
Oh my God, Dr. Jill. Look at you. Oh, Robin, look at that. We have Dr. Jill here. Oh, my God. Look at
Oh, Commander.
Oh, that dog. Does he bite? Oh, my God. Look at you.
Yeah, Commander's eating Artie Lang.
Howard, Commander. Me and Commander went out to the Borgata last night, Howard. Yeah, this is really going to require people to be super tuned into 2002 Stern in order for this bit to really hit. They're going to have to really understand. What's that guy's name? Oh, Doug Emhoff. Look at you.
I really know nothing about. I know like very basic stuff.
Doug Emhoff is Vice President Harris's husband.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I thought
God.
that was a Stern reference.
You're the second gentleman, aren't you? Look at you. God, you look incredible.
Second Gentleman. People make fun of it. Kind of a cool title.
Oh, I feel like I'm on the record saying I think First Man, First Gentleman, Second Gentleman, one of the coolest. Second Gentleman.
Amazing.
Doesn't Second Gentleman sound like a Hitchcock film?
100%. Yeah.
The Second Gentleman. Guy in the shadow, just a shadow moving. You know. I'm thinking of course, The Third Man.
Yes.
Which is, I don't think, a Hitchcock film.
It's not. It's who is it? Orson Welles is in it.
Orson Welles is in it.
But he did not
yes.
direct it.
No, I forget.
College film professor's rolling in his apartment. He's alive.
He's rolling. He's had a restless night of sleep because he heard the podcast. I can't seem to get settled.
We used to have, I had this film class where it was just like, they called it was a seminar. So there's only 6 of us in the class.
Uh-huh.
So we would have it at our film teacher's apartment.
Oh,
and
God.
he would cook us dinner and we would talk about a movie. It was great. It was,
okay.
But one time he was so mad at us for not understanding in quiz show that the main character was Jewish, that he made us leave his house before we ate dinner. And we had the food all in front of us. He's like, get out of my house.
We
didn't pick up on it. Yeah. He was like, is there anything you noticed about the main character? We didn't, and he kicked us out. We had to go home.
He's got an apron, big colander of pasta.
There was food for 7. And he just, I guess, had to eat the leftovers.
Maybe he just wanted to do maybe he just wanted to binge. Maybe he was looking for a moment to binge. Yeah, he was literally like the whale, like a professor who just wants to. Yeah, at the end of the seminar, he revealed himself to you on Zoom. Finally, I always thought. Did you see the whale?
No, I couldn't bear. I just from like the trailers and that image that they kept showing.
It's just this moment where
people are so beautiful. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, he. I mean, this is a spoiler alert. Yeah. He's covering his camera because he teaches a Zoom college class, okay. And towards the end of the movie, he takes the thing off the camera, and people are like, which I'm like, that just would not happen. I mean, I guess it requires having seen the. Yeah, I feel like what professors or teachers, sometimes they have those weird quirks where it's just like, I'm sure that was just a normal thing for him to do.
Yes, yeah.
You know,
well, he was very funny. He would write if you misunderstood something in a movie or paper, he would write, "It's not rocket science," and he said that all the time. Maybe he just said that to me, but
yeah. If you turned in a paper full of nonsense to him, full of grammatical errors, I had a teacher, an English teacher, who coughed constantly without explanation, horrible whooping cough for a whole semester, just like that. And then finally it was like I don't think he meant for this to be a joke, but on like I think the last day of class, after coughing for I can't tell, like if you came to a class of this guy's, you'd be like the main thing you took away would be like how much he coughed. And then finally in the last day he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry guys, I can't seem to kick this congestion."
That is incredible.
I just lost it. I was like, oh, that's like if that's truly like, if that was intentional, what a great bit.
Did you ever I remember as a child, I got kicked out of a class because I was coughing too much. The teacher was just like,
"What are you, Tiny Tim?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?"
I kept begging for soup.
Yeah. You know when you shake in a little tin of coins? No, I didn't have that happen at all.
I have a vivid memory of just, I had some big cough and my teacher just freaked out. I was like, just leave. I was like, all right. And I just remember standing in the hallway because it wasn't go to the principal's office and I couldn't just go home.
Yeah.
So I was just like in the hallway coughing, hanging out.
Can I say something? I hope it doesn't offend you. I have this image of you in elementary school as being at a Catholic nunnery.
Yeah, I mean, our principal was a nun, and she was terrifying.
I mean, that's hilarious.
Sister Mary Kay. Yeah.
Yeah. She's not the one from Northwestern, is she?
No, she's not Sister Mary Jean, I think that is from Loyola Chicago.
Loyola Chicago, excuse me.
But no, she was like a classic, like she didn't hit anybody. But
you think she knew Sister Mary Jean? That's an important question.
I would honestly guess yes.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, but I have a good story about this.
Please.
So my older sister told me that Sister Mary Kay, the nun, had an electric chair in her office, and that if you were bad, you had to go sit in the electric chair. She told me this before my first day of kindergarten.
Oh.
And they brought in Sister Mary Kay, and I said, "Is it true that you have an electric?" Because I was a gullible 5-year-old, and got in a lot of trouble. Got us both in a lot of trouble. Yeah. Just for suggesting that the principal killed people.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like for that to get you in trouble, I think says more about the school and sort of the way the strictures of the Catholic.
Yes, but there was no rulers on wrists.
Oh, really?
No, none of that. No corporal punishment. But yeah,
none at all. Maybe a spanking.
But no, I went to my whole life. It was priests as teachers, nuns as principals. Even
so that
in college,
wasn't that far off for me.
In college, I took a class called Understanding Jesus. I had very Catholic education.
And how do you feel? Do you understand him? Good guy.
He's a very good guy.
He was a good guy.
I do remember that class. It was just a classic easy A, where like the thesis of my final paper was like Jesus was a good man, and it was like A+ 90. It was like my highest grade I got in college.
And everybody's writing the same paper.
Say what you will. He was a good guy.
Yeah, which I think we can all, by the way, wherever you stand, we can all get behind that. Even the Satanist will think that Jesus was an all right guy.
Satanists have no qualms with the Lord.
That's true.
They just want to do whatever they want. That's their whole thing.
That's exactly right, and people forget that.
To thine own will be true.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. What was his name? Aleister Crowley.
Aleister Crowley. It wasn't a good. I wouldn't say he was a good man.
You don't think so?
I think he was a weird man.
Oh, he's got stuff.
I think I'm not to cancel famous Satanist Aleister Crowley, but
this cancel culture's really gone too far.
The woke left is coming after the devil.
But I do remember when I first heard that about Satanists being like, that is kind of how I live my life. Oh, I do just do whatever
100%, dude. I mean, that's the thing. We were raised, especially you, to think that Satan was this evil thing. And I guess I was too. It's not like we were told Satan was
in public school, didn't you have to salute him every morning? That's how I understand it.
Yeah, there was no national anthem. Yeah, once we took out Under God, Satan, Aleister Crowley slid in the DMs or whatever. Yeah, it was. I had a very but I had a godless upbringing, and I feel like
it shows. Yeah,
there is a middle way that I think children should be reared with. That I feel I probably missed out on. And, I was surrounded by godless heathens, godless West Coast heathens.
In my school, we had book club. I heard in your school it was sex club.
It was sex club, and it was an actual club.
I also couldn't think of anything other than book club, which is not a school thing. I wanted to say like math club, science club, something.
In my school, we had Oprah's book club. Yeah, book club was.
Here's something. Here's one of my new takes.
Please.
Isn't it interesting?
Oh, I can't wait.
If you're a novelist, you're just like, please God, let Reese Witherspoon like my fucking book. You don't want it to be good. You're like, just want Reese to like it. That's the only reason to write a book now.
Because she's the new Oprah.
Because she's the new Oprah, and it will become a Hulu show.
Right.
So you just write, like I would just, if I were a writer,
yeah,
I would study everything about Reese Witherspoon and write a book so uncannily appealing to her. Just like her kids' names are the names of the kids, and everything goes well for them.
That's hilarious.
Just like what I'm just like,
I would use AI to tailor and like algorithmically
all of her
tailor.
Dreams.
Yes. You would basically reverse engineer the perfect Reese Witherspoon appeal.
Yes.
In order that she might see it and clock it and be like, this fits my interests exactly.
Kerry Washington is playing the Tommy McNamara character. And
you're just in the back. Good. Everything is going according to plan.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So everybody was involved. Were there any teachers who weren't priests or nuns?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, there were.
It was, in grade school, it was like the nun was in charge, but most of the teachers were just like people with no accreditation.
Sure.
Some of them were great, but yeah.
Did you guys have any issues?
No, not my parish. They never did.
Well, I'll tell you this. I went to a private high school, and there were some, it was non-religious, but there were some, lately there have been some real issues. So the look back has not been good. We're looking at over 24 teachers.
What?
Yeah. Over like 50 years.
That's crazy.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
quick break.
Yeah. Quick break for a word from our sponsor, Crest Toothpaste.
I wouldn't want to run through the halls of that high school if I was John Mayer.
Oh, my God. Friend of the show. I assume. Likes comedy.
Loves that guitar.
You
know, I've always hated John Mayer.
Why?
Because my college girlfriend liked him, and I still, to this day, decades after that relationship is over, I still hate John Mayer. Do you have anything like that? You ever have I feel the same way about Rupert Grint from my fucking 8th grade girlfriend. I don't like Rupert Grint.
I didn't have a girlfriend in 8th grade. What are you, fucking
Ralph
Macchio over here? My
like
God,
Challengers.
man. It sounds like Challengers.
I did play tennis. It was nothing. It was very funny watching Challengers because me and my doubles partner were just like two chubby goofballs. It was very funny to picture us having like weird three-ways.
Zendaya?
Yeah. It's still Zendaya.
Yeah. I had no semblance of a girlfriend in 8th grade. In fact, sort of sad. I think I had a friend tell a girl that I liked her in 7th grade, and she said to my friend, "Ew."
That's tough.
Yeah, and that you wonder why we ended up on stage. You wonder how we ended up the sad jester. Isn't the clown often the saddest of all?
That's so sad.
No, it is sad. I mean, I have a lot of those memories. I just have rejections seared in my head. You know, like I remember another time, like around that same time, like. Oh God! Now I overheard some girl talking about me, saying I could never be with that.
Oh my God! You're a good-looking guy. That's crazy.
Well, you know, I might have been a little rough around the edges back in the day. Who's to say? I was one of these guys. I wore. I wasn't winning best dressed at the end of basically any grade.
Well, that's all politics.
Yeah, it was. Listen, it's a popularity contest, man. Okay, so here's what I was wearing. I was wearing basketball shorts, which is what I'm wearing right now. And I had, this is my fit, and this is not a joke. Basketball shorts, the Jeff Spicoli checkered Vans.
Yep.
Maybe no socks. That's number 3.
I love that.
A yellow Mr. Clean t-shirt. Don't like that face, Mike.
Where are you even finding this shit?
The Joke Store. Where did you guys get your clothes? I mean, and then to tie it all together, I wore a camo like flak jacket, like a Vietnam veteran would wear.
Oh God.
like a camo, like kind of light jacket.
It's a horror show.
And I'm going around and I'm walking around going, why don't the girls like me? It's something very like your dad was killed in the war, so you wear his jacket and you haven't gotten over it, so you wear a bunch of other weird shit.
Yeah, totally. I have goth makeup. And then I think this used to be a bit of mine. I'm not trying to do it. I just I wanted to dye my hair black when around that age, and my parents wouldn't let me dye it black, but they let me dye it a slightly darker shade of brown. So I showed up to school and everyone went like, that was the whole thing. But no one said anything, but people just, I could tell, were like, huh.
Oh man.
And I showed up like, yeah, I'm in my goth phase. I'm on my way.
Well, that's something I blame on not being a good dresser now, which I'm sorry we were wearing the exact same outfit on the desk up, but is that I wore a uniform, through until I was 18. So I just wore khakis and a school polo every day till I was 18. So I didn't get a chance to try out new looks.
Did anyone have like a fun spin on that?
I mean, I think there was a classic thing around that time where like you couldn't really spin anything with the polo. You got right. There was no like cool way to get out of it.
Yeah.
But girls would start wearing yoga pants, and then that would slide, and then a guy wore yoga pants to like make a point, and he got in trouble.
He got in trouble. Yeah.
It was a very stupid point. But
is it still uniformed? The school?
Yeah. I'm sure that there's different ways around it, but yeah.
Yeah, kids are finding new ways to break the rules and to break the
molds.
And
you could wear like Loyola was the school. You could wear a Loyola sweatshirt over the polo. So then you could have like sometimes people weren't,
Say you wanted to wear so Loyola school, definitely she knew the other sister Mary.
There must have been some
You got to think there aren't that many nuns.
For sure. I mean, I saw the first omen.
What?
That's one.
Do you have to think that?
Well, I mean, the number of priests goes down every year. Yeah.
Now you go on, Mike, when I say that you got to think there aren't that many nuns.
It sounded, I don't know. I when you said that, I was like, there's a lot of nuns, I think.
When was the last time you saw a nun on the street?
I don't think they're like hanging out on the street, but I mean.
Oh, okay. I thought they're supposed to help people.
When was the last time you saw a priest on the street?
Exactly.
First off, I think they're in like Africa and places where they're doing missions and stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know. I can't imagine they all know each other, Luke.
But in Chicago, I think. Yeah,
in Chicago, and both schools are called Loyola, you don't think they know each other? This is now the burden of proof is on you. I've said my piece.
I don't know. Maybe, but it's a big city. No,
it's weird. I feel like I see more Mormons here on the street than priests, for sure. Like more people handing out little pamphlets, or Jehovah's Witnesses handing out little pamphlets, like, and Mormons with their little missionary thing. Then I see priests.
Those might be police officers handing you drinking tickets.
Yeah, I think now that you're saying that,
no pamphlet for me.
Yeah, I jump a turnstile. Oh, Joseph Smith.
Not interested.
Here we go. I'm being handcuffed. Man, this is America's religion. Really?
He's shoving this down our throats.
Yeah.
And it was perfect because he said the little thing. In a badge.
You see a lot of Scientologists in LA.
Have you been approached?
No, I don't know that I have the most approachable.
Have you ever had a sexual relationship with a family member? What does he say? What's the line?
I think that's.
Have you ever had sexual relations with a family member?
With a family member. What?
Have you ever had sexual relations with a family member?
It's hard for me to do Joaquin because my Joaquin sounds a little bit like PSH in other movies. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, that's like me trying to do Joaquin, but it definitely comes across like
it sounds like we're doing dueling Hoffmans.
Yeah. Yes, dueling Hoffmans, like dueling pianos.
This is why our show failed.
Well, yeah, because we tried to take it to New Orleans. We tried to take dueling Hoffmans to the New Orleans piano bar
rowdy
scene.
Piano bar.
People are drinking those hurricane drinks around their neck, and we're going. You have a wife, daughter. Whoever she is, I'm going to find her. I'm going to hurt her. And I'm going to kill you in front of her. What's his name? Dalton. Ooh, Damien something. Damien.
Oh, my God. Here's what I got to do really quick.
Owen Davian. Thank you so much.
So I saw the first Omen.
Yeah.
Prequel to the Omen. I want you did not see it.
The first Omen, I'm so sorry, by the first Omen, okay, not the one in 76. You mean.
This is a prequel to the one in 76.
I've seen the trailer for this, yes.
Now, can you, I think you can guess it without seeing the movie. Try and guess the last line of the first Omen. I think you could get pretty close as an experiment.
Can I have three guesses?
You can have three. You can have guesses 3.
Oh, what's the name of? Okay, I think my first guess is Mr. Ambassador, your son. Meet your son. That's my first guess.
Great guess. Not it, but it's a great guess.
Close?
It's decently close.
My second guess is It's All For You.
That is a line in the film, but it is.
Does someone say It's All For You in the prequel?
Yes.
That sucks, dude. That sucks.
Third one. You're missing a key element.
Does it have to do with the jackal?
It's just the name.
Oh. Damien.
So the last line of the movie is, they named the child.
What's his name?
Damien. Credits.
No.
I died laughing. And they even named the child.
Oh my God.
As if it's like a reveal. It's like, it's a prequel to the movie. Of course he's named Damien. What are you talking about?
And doesn't someone die like this in the movie?
Yeah, that part's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you know what I will say I'm on a bit of an Omen kick, and I think they probably had something to do with the rollout of the promotion of this movie, because all of the Omens, including the remake with Liev Schreiber,
which came out on 6/6/2006.
Saw it in theaters.
Me too.
On 6/6/06. I got my friend and I got a teen. You know how you get like an older person to buy you alcohol? We got a teen to buy us R-rated tickets, which I thought was so. We got my friend's older brother to get us into the movie.
Isn't it funny in this world that you can't just go into the fucking movie?
I know.
I got kicked out of Saw 2 for being too young.
And
Usher dragged me out like a dog.
I had a hat. I had a jigsaw mask.
I was trying to put bass in my voice. Like, what do you mean?
I want to play a game. Yeah, no, I mean, I was 14. I got kicked out of The Omen, and I was like, I'm old enough to go die for this country. I can't. No.
And I will. Just to prove you wrong.
They were like, you're 14. I think I may have been 13. But anyway, the remake is good, but I also watched The Omen 3.
Never seen that.
With Sam. What's the guy's name?
Can I just say, it's crazy you're on an Omen kick and you didn't see the Omen movie that's currently in theaters.
Well, look. I'm sorry, I was too busy watching The Omen 3 from 1981 with Sam Neill. Playing grown-up Damien. Exactly. He plays an adult Damien, and he's, spoiler alert, defeated by Jesus at the end of the movie. It is an insane movie.
Is it like a modern-day man who is secretly Jesus, or is it?
No, it's in a church, and Jesus comes off of a cross, and he's like blinding white light. We can pull it up, dude. Can you get a video on here?
I'll try to find it.
Oh, it's very easy to find.
It's not some guy who's just like, and my name is Jay Christ.
And I think he calls him. Where did Jesus die? Bethlehem.
Jesus was born in Bethlehem.
Oh, Nazareth. Yeah, he goes, Nazareth, and then he dies. If you look it up, you'll see, excuse me. You look it up, you see the Omen 3. Jesus kills Damien. He kills him.
See if I can track this down and get it on the screen.
He kills him.
Jesus kills Damien. Fan reaction, and it's Luke being like, "Oh."
It's me with those guys who are watching country music for the first time. You know, this rocks.
Omen 3.
Jesus kills Damien. It'll show up on YouTube. The clip is on YouTube for sure. I'm the top comment. Hell yeah.
Anyone else still watching this in 2024?
No, but all the comments I think are like, he is risen. It's stuff like that.
I met my wife during this scene. She died 2 years ago. I still miss her every day.
We're here for you, brother.
It is, no matter what song you look up on YouTube, someone met their wife 100%. To that song, and the wife is always dead.
Yeah. Even if it's the Whisper song by the Yin Yang Twins.
I'll never forget seeing Rosalie dancing to this in the moonlight.
Yeah. Come on, let me whisper in you. Do you have it?
I do. I got to get a dongle so we can get this on the screen. But yes.
Jesus, man, this is a family show. Dongle.
I do have it. Hang on.
Another bit of mine. Could they find a better word than dongle? Classic LukeBit.com. Classic. That's my tag when I do when I drop a mixtape about it with a horrible observational comedy bit. Classic LukeBit.com. Dat Piff. Yeah, I actually dropped my
Maybach music.
Yeah, I dropped my new comedy album on Dat Piff. I don't know if you saw it.
We should start doing diss tracks. That'd be good. Way to build both of our careers up.
I actually think that's not a bad idea, considering everything that's gone on this week. The Jews, we got back Drake this week. I don't know if you heard.
Oh, I did not. Congrats. Well, the Irish Catholics have our eyes on Kendrick. We'll see if we can talk about it.
Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
That's a good Irish kind of name, right? It works.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it's like the new Molly Malone.
It sounds like a county. Yeah, it's like, oh, he's from County Kendrick.
County Kendrick Lamar. Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
Be humble, Kendrick.
Oh, be humble.
Sit down.
Sit down. Yeah, that's a nun. That was the nun talking to your friend Kendrick in class. Sit down, be humble. Yeah.
Enough about the A minor stuff. We've heard it all.
I really do think it's enough. I understand he quote unquote won, but he also seems a little disturbed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's a sick man.
I'll say it again. I just can't you guys be nice to each other?
I'd totally fallen out of. I used to listen to rap a lot. I do not anymore, but I listened to every one of the diss tracks and really enjoyed it. And it was fun seeing a discourse that I didn't know enough about to weigh in on.
Yes.
So some people still weighed in, but I was like, I don't listen to enough rap to weigh in, but I enjoyed reading all this stuff.
I was going to say, people weighed in kind of no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what their level of knowledge was.
It's the most beautiful thing in the world is not weighing in. It feels so good.
Bathing in the bliss of ignorance.
And just reading fully different takes and enjoying them.
People embarrassing themselves.
Yes. And and just people getting clowned.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So there's a cable that I need that's by Tommy's. We might just want to take a second.
Okay.
Edit this. All right. We're back in and we're going to take a look at what's going on with the omen here. I have the clip.
Do we have a clip? All right, here we go. This is it. Do we have sound?
I don't know.
We got to get that sound.
Hold on. Let's see. What's going on with the sound here?
Yeah, the top comment. I'm not a religious person, but my God. You see that? Yeah, Omen 3, the final conflict. We're going to get this. This is going to happen. Oh, perfect.
So hold on.
Perfect. Oh, dear.
Shit.
It's okay. See, you can basically see what's going on. You see that? Jesus coming in. Nazareth. That's what he says. Nazareth.
You have won.
You've won.
Nothing.
You've won again. And then he dies. And then Jesus comes. Look at that. Look at that.
That is unbelievable.
It's insane. Jesus comes in.
And that's the end of the movie.
And then it says, behold, the Lion of Judah, the Messiah, who came first in the child, who becomes now the child. But now the King of Kings, who will power and glory forever. And that's the end of the Omen franchise. Omen franchise ends with that message. I just think that's so crazy for the way it starts in the first Omen, not the first Omen, but the original one, to the way for it end to end like that. I'll probably put the sound in.
Yeah, we'll put it in. Yeah, we can put that in.
Maybe we played the whole movie in to really give people a grasp.
Yeah, I need to get to the 3-hour mark.
That's outrageous, though. That is worth the payoff.
That's what
of us finding this wire.
I wouldn't have said anything if it wasn't truly insane. I forgot about the end card, which is behold the Lion of Judah.
Who came first as a child, which that's everybody. There's nothing to brag about, you know.
First as a child.
Unless you're Benjamin Button. Behold, the lion of the bayou who came first as an old man.
I'm the Lion of Judah. I can't. That sounds like Bob Dylan. You got the real
Nazareth.
The first Omen. I look a lot older.
You got it.
Yeah.
I lost it. I transferred it to you.
Like the Omen. Yeah. It's all for you. It's all for you, Tommy.
It's all for you, Benjamin.
It's all for you, Benjamin.
Women killing themselves for Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that's how Kate Blanchett dies in the movie. Well, I say, Benjamin, it's all for you.
I love Benjamin if I was 100 years old.
Yeah. Guy takes a photo of Benjamin Button and he's got that. He's really old in it. You know, that didn't really make any sense. In the original one, the photography thing.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember that.
You remember? No. Well, Tommy, listen. I feel like this has been quite the journey. I've been wanting to have you on the podcast for a long time. Do you have anything else that you need explaining in your life?
oh, how'd it take so long to get me on this thing? I thought I'd be episode 1.
Yeah, I mean, you're close. In the grand scheme, you are close. Once we hit 500, you're going to be an early episode. Tommy's one and only appearance. No, I'm kidding. You can come on next week, too. We'll split it into. I'll put these back to back.
Okay.
I'll copy it and put it back to back. People will go, not the same episode. I'll go, I'll change the pitch. It'll be slightly different. We'll be like, hey, how are you? I'm going to distort our voices on the next episode. So it looks like
that. Here's something to be explained. Are we good?
No, I just never, I don't know. I guess I was kind of a dick to you. It's like, this is more for me.
There is a guitar here.
Is there? Would it surprise you to learn that I can play the ukulele? I can. I've had people come to my apartment and see that I have a ukulele and they get really upset. I didn't understand.
They think you're a Manny Pixic.
Yeah, I didn't.
Manic Pixie. What did I just say?
Manic Pixie. Manny Pixic.
Manny Pixic.
Manny Pixic. I was going to say. I bet the undercard on Manny Pixic. I want Manny Pixic points, rebounds. No, yeah. People. It has a certain connotation. The ukulele. You play piano. That's not piano.
I've had a ukulele before. I like to mess around with
it's easier than the guitar.
But it's different chords, though, so you have to learn it different. But I mean, the way you make the chords is different. Yeah.
Much as 4 strings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You ever play a 12-string guitar?
Love 12-string guitar.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I was in a church band.
Oh.
And the guitar player in the church band had 12 strings, so I was the drummer, but I would play it.
Yeah. How much do you think? I looked this up over the weekend. How much do you think a nice keytar costs?
They're crazy. It's like $1,400 or something. Right?
Or more. Yeah, it's crazy. Did that surprise you, Mike?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, but I mean, that does actually. Because a nice keyboard with like weighted keys is what you can get one for like $700, right?
Like that, yeah.
So why would it be double the price of that? That seems crazy.
And just to look stupid.
Right.
As a virtuoso.
Kelsey Grammer falling off the stage. As a virtuoso.
Niles, have some sherry.
You, sir, have many tales.
Oh my God, Niles. Look at it's on the Frasier's on the radio. It's Frasier, but he's Howard Stern. Oh my God, we have Ted Danson. He's coming. We have the coach. He's back. Oh my God, look at you,
Daphne. That blouse. Oh good Lord,
God, Daphne.
The first ever podcasting fall. Extreme podcasting fail. No, it says you're.
The whole damn thing's falling apart. Stop the hammering. Have you ever seen the Stop the Hammering video?
No.
Lawrence O'Donnell from MSNBC. He's wearing monitor in his ear like Mike is, and then it's picking up some construction happening on another floor, and he's like doing his thing, and he's just talking, and he's like, "Stop the hammering, damn it!" That's one of those ones like the Fuck It, We'll Do It Live where it is funny even if you're not watching it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just imagine these guys who, it's the whole interplay of they're supposed to be calm and collected, but they're losing it. Much like me on the show. I'm supposed to be a composed broadcaster. Do you have anything to plug?
I have a special you can watch on YouTube.
That's
it's
right.
called Smoldering. Just search my name, Tommy McNamara.
Very funny.
It. Oh, thank you.
And I'm sure whoever warmed, it sounded like the crowd was super primed. I don't know.
Luke hosted the show. Luke did an incredible job.
I did. Well, geez. That's nice.
And I thank him for every one of the 800 views that they got. And,
no, it is a great special, and you outdid yourself, and I'm excited for the next one.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the next one is going to be silent. It's going to be more interpretive dance. And
you're going to do a little bit more of a mime situation.
Yes.
Yeah. My next special is all clown.
I mean, that's big in LA these days. Yeah.
You're telling me, yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week for the All Clown episode of Luke Mones Explained. This was Tommy McNamara, and thanks as always to Mike Coscarelli for letting me do the show here